According to a new geological study, the city's skyscrapers are so heavy they are weighing down the island. Together, they weigh...
Pretty beat.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Vega back with another one. Now, let's start this video off with facts. Manhattan, the island borough of New York City, has an extremely low elevation. At its lowest point, Brooklyn and the Manhattan bridges, Manhattan is only 7 feet over sea level. Currently, New York City is only 33 feet above sea level.
Across the Northeast, parts of New York and New Jersey received up to a foot of rain as the New York City subway system shut down overnight.
The city of Manhattan, or the borough of Manhattan, weighs 1.68 trillion pounds. New York City is in danger of rising sea levels. Sea levels in New York City are expected to rise between 8 inches and 30 inches by the 2050s, and as much as 15 inches to 75 inches by the end of the century. The only other cities that are below sea level are Louisiana and California. New Orleans, and we know what happened to New Orleans with the levees and everything, and Katrina. And I just went on Google, New Yorker, what will New York look like in 2050? New Yorkers should prepare for heat waves, floods, and natural disasters. This is part of Vice's ongoing look at how climate change will affect the world by 2050.
Pretty extreme flooding on the Henry Hudson Parkway in Manhattan.
Let's look at this Fortune article. New York City is sinking under 1.7 trillion tons of skyscrapers made useless by remote work. Start spreading the news. New York's gradually sinking today. It's well established that sea levels are already rising across the globe, and New York City's brush with Hurricane Sandy brought a Florida-level flood to Gotham.
People are like, why did you move back to New York? And I was like, I don't know, I just really love the ambiance and like there's such a charm.
It's projected in 2050, moderate flooding is projected to occur more than 10 times as frequently as it does now. So you should see a lot more videos with water flushing, rushing all in through the subways. Researchers Tom Parsons, Pei-Chin Wu, Ming Wei, and Stephen D. Hunt set out to calculate the mass of all the buildings in New York City, while modeling the subsidence caused by the pressure they exert on the earth. And they showed detailed images of the city literally sinking. Their findings were published by the Earth's Future Journal. Showed the city already sinking 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters a year, and in some places more than that. The researchers add that sea level will most likely rise from 200 millimeters to 600 millimeters by 2050, posing a greater threat to the coastal cities and subsiding cities. Building mass is around 1.55 million pounds, making the collective mass of buildings studied 1.68 trillion pounds. And in the age of remote work, it's a bit ironic, given these structures are increasingly empty. In other words, New York could be sinking for nothing. Now, Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon emerged as strongly team office last year, which means he wanted the office people back in the offices to work. And 1 year later, Fortune's Jeff Colvin reported that many just haven't showed up, and the attendance hovers at 65% to 69%, and almost zero on Friday. Zero on Friday. Even at a post-pandemic high, it only reached 50.4%, according to the data of national security company Castle Systems. Facing an uphill battle, some CEOs have reversed course and allowed for hybrid work. While some wildlife remains downtown and in lower Manhattan, Bloomberg reports office vacancies in New York City reached a record low 22.7% this year. The Skyline ghost town doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon, as real estate firm Cushman & Wakefield recently projected that almost 330 million square feet of U.S. office spaces could become vacant by 2030 as a result of remote work. Even if the skyscrapers stand unused, they're still letting themselves be known to the bedrock of Manhattan. And they're calling it like an evil rubber ducky. These skyscrapers might survive eventual floodings, but their stressor heightens the severity of issues in the future. So they're actually trying to keep people out of these buildings so New York won't sink. Even with some city dwellers moving out to cheaper areas because of inflation, people are generally increasing living in urban areas. Researchers point to a study in the United Nations to show 70% of the world's population will live in cities by 2050. 70% of the world's population will live in cities by 2050. And I'm not sure if you guys ever heard, but cities can only survive for 3 days if anything, natural disaster, anything disrupting happens. The cities only have enough supplies for 3 days, and they said 70% of the world's population will be in cities by 2050. Eye-opening.
The Army Corps of Engineers is actually working right now on a plan to build seawalls all around New York City in various places.
That's how high the water got in 10 minutes.
Pretty beat. Pretty beat.